help to put this together. I was just called and said we're having the rally, show up, so I didn't do any of the hard work, so thank you to Frida.
Frida did it.
Thank you, Frida, for helping me put this together. For those of you that kind of know a little bit about my story, I grew up in a working class household, and in 1st and 2nd grade, I was a child that they labeled with learning disabilities. And this was back in the 80s. I don't know if any of you remember the 80s. I'm an old man, that was a long time ago. But I don't know what that meant back in the 80s, but by the 4th grade, they put me into a gifted program. And I had some wonderful teachers in primary school who really were able to invest a lot of time and energy into me. And I'm very fortunate to be one of the lucky ones to have those wonderful teachers. The problem is that today, teachers don't necessarily have the latitude that they did before we implemented Race to the Top and the standards of learning the way we have right now. Something seems counterintuitive that our system seems to take away funding from those students and those schools that unfortunately probably need more resources and more attention. While the General Assembly, as you know, is largely responsible for implementing the standards of learning, we were successful in reducing the number of tests that 3rd graders through 8th graders have to take, but it was just a small reduction, and it's only the beginning. There's still a lot more work that needs to be done. There's a study that has been authorized now by the General Assembly to figure out what are some additional ways of reducing SOLs. But as many of you know, and you've heard me talk about for some time, when I run for Congress earlier and now in the General Assembly, what we need to do is to shift as far away from the standards of learning as we can. We need to pay our teachers more. We need to have good quality people that are helping to not only teach, but helping to raise our children. They play an important role in all of this. And until we understand that not only are our teachers in our schools responsible for the cognitive development, but also the psychosocial development and the health and nutrition of our children, that all 3 of them need to come together to really help in the development of our children. Until we really realize and appreciate that, we are going to continue to fall behind. So I hope that we can continue to put pressure, because now we're seeing bipartisan support across the aisle to reduce the number of SOLs and to try to rein in what was once and continues to be a big profitable business. You know, every time we change one of these tests, somebody makes some money. And that's an unfortunate part of the reality. But I'm proud to be able to represent you in the General Assembly. I'm proud to be a strong voice, and as long as I have a say-so, I'm going to be doing everything that I can to help reform the education system here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And I know that together, if we pull together in a bipartisan effort across the aisle, across the Commonwealth, we can get this done.